The Lunaverse by Rainbow Double Dash, presenting a special Christmas episode. Tales told from the Hearth, Lunaverse style, by me. Chapter 1. It feels like hearts warming. Trixie sat in the office chair, letting out a soft sigh. She so wanted to be a Grinch at the moment. Every part of her told her to be a Grinch. Every hair of her coat wanted to be a Grinch. But one look at her assistant made her think otherwise. You looked so cheerful about the eve and wanted to go home. There was no way she could possibly ruin that kind of mood, no matter how bad she was feeling at the moment. She could not bear to ruin his mood. Okay, Pokey, go home. You mean it? Pokey asked, his eyes wide in happiness. Of course, would I lie? Trixie joked as she helped Pokey get a coat before walking back to her kitchen. Okay, director's commentary here. I feel like I have to say, you guys don't realize how hard it was for me when writing this to not have Trixie speak in the third person. I spent so many years writing Trixie in the third person to switch was kind of a little tough. But what about? We'll just let it pile up for the next week to handle. It is Heartwarming Eve, and none of us is going to waste it! Trixie shouted from within the residency's office room. Pokey could only roll his eyes at his boss's alternative motives, mainly laziness, and the chance to drink bourbon. Looking back at his boss, as he walked out of the kitchen onto the sofa, he called out, So, what are your plans for the evening? My plans are simple, Trixie said, sitting in front of a small fire. Due to the fact that Luna is off on a meeting of goodwill, my aunt and uncle took an unexpected trip to Luna knows where, leaving me with nowhere to go. I'm going to enjoy a warm night alone here, with my thoughts in Mr. Bourbon. What about your friends? Maybe they are going to visit, asked Pokey as he walked out of the residency. Trixie let out a sigh as he thought. My friends, they're probably too busy with their own traditions to come here. Turning her head up from the thought, she looked at one of the photos that now lined her mantel. Next to a photo of her and Luna was a photo of her friends sitting together in a group, smiling like 6 idiots. If one had told her that this was the life she would be heading for, a life full of adventure and insanity, would she believe them? Probably not. Would she give it up for the world? Not even Discord broke out of his chest and told her to choose between her magic and friends. Okay, I'll admit, I like writing deep, cheesy lines like this. I just really like getting heartwarming and heartfelt. I guess that's why I love writing these Christmas fics so much. And if I give you diabetes from it, so be it. Her eyes then drifted over to the photo of her as a foal standing with an older stallion. As he smiled, all the memories of the past heartwarming days gone by flooding her mind. Is that a point ringing, Grandpa? Little Trixie said, giggling at the oncoming trick. It was something he had demonstrated before, but seeing it always made her smile. You say that now, but... You're pointing with just a smile as he waved a hoof in front of the tree, with a little blessing from Luna, and a kiss for the world's greatest filly. As he looked at Trixie, he watched her blow a kiss to the tree. I could turn this tree into a... With 3 claps and a switch of his head, the tree exploded in a dazzling display of light. Trixie's eyes widened in amazement and awe. Wow! How did you do it? I originally had some sort of magic here, but some of the editors told me no. I think it works better this way. Magic, wonder, and the happiness of the season. The unicorn chuckled. Just a code word for a few electric lights that he placed under the rug that we sat on and activated on 3 steps in succession. Trixie chuckled, remembering how she discovered that trick ages ago. Looking at the other photo of her and Luna, a sad sigh came from her. Luna's shows during the holiday in Camelot were some of the best times of the season, and with her gone, it just felt bland at the moment. Trixie watched as Luna walked in front of her, wings fully spread. For reasons unknown to the young foal, This time of year would occasionally make the Night Princess seem sad and depressed. Trixie had always wondered why. Then again, her mentor did not seem to have a few secrets about her. The blue unicorn smiled when she watched Luna flap her wings to take to the sky. It was tradition for the Lunar Princess to give a little show every hearthwarming, and being an apprentice to the princess meant that Trixie could finally have a front row seat. She teared as she watched her mentor fly through the upper heavens, laying the stars and constellations in a beautiful art. She couldn't help but smile as she watched the city below her master begin to light their holiday lights in sequence, with the princess's lovely dance through the night sky. It was through her that Trixie learned something about the beautiful magic of the holidays. A magic that seems only to come when you have ponies near you. Bah, humbug, Trixie grumbled. It wasn't that she hated the season, far from it. She loved it. Her fond memories of her grandfather and mentor proved as such. But it was kind of hard to be happy at the moment. Kind of hard to enjoy a holiday when you are alone for the evening. She looked up at the row of photos, each bringing a happy memory, but along with it, more depression. Even Twilight had her family come down to visit her. But as for the element of magic, alone. Okay, I felt like I had to point out a little more of why Trixie was feeling so depressed, because I didn't want the audience to feel like, oh, Trixie's being a Grinch, or she's being a Scrooge. No, she isn't. It wasn't supposed to end up like this, especially on this, one of her favorite holidays. One of her favorite memories of childhood was spending time with her family, or watching Grandpa putting on a show for her. Heck, she knew that hanging the holiday tends to lead to the appearance of dead friends and three ghosts who like to show you different things on the time stream. It's just that, the unicorn sighed and looked at the pictures of the past. With your loved ones out traveling out of town for the holiday, your mentor busy with other things, and your friends gone off to their own traditions, it's hard to enjoy the holiday with a smile. Levitating the ball in front of her, Trixie let out another depressing breath of air and looked at the pictures of her friends. It's in the singing of a choir, it's off getting warm by the fire. It's true wherever you find love, it feels like hearts warming. I wonder what they're doing right now. Oh, director's commentary about this chapter. I wanted to set up being sad because, in case you guys haven't guessed, if you read some of my previous stuff, I do love putting the characters through emotional and greatest turmoil. Because I kind of live by something that Don Bluth once said. Kids can deal with anything, as long as there's a happy ending at the end. I also feel like you, the reader, could probably deal with anything, as long as you know it has a happy ending. And I do like having my characters go through some emotional turmoil just to get a happy ending. I think it makes the writing feel more complete, and despite when the characters are feeling down, I do like to make sure that they get the happy ending that they deserve. So I set this up just to give that feeling of, oh, poor Trixie. So that way, it makes everything feel brighter when I get to the end. Chapter 2, Christmas Muffins. I bet Dinky and Ditzy are just busy spending time with each other. In a cozy little apartment, well, cozy for two ponies anyway, all was quiet and calm. Well, that would be true if it were not for the loud humming sound coming from a light purple unicorn that was bobbing up her head and down, up and down, to the music only she could hear. Skipping by the kitchen table, her heart lit up as she levitated a small pan to the table. Then, placing her hose to the table and taking a look at the pan, she began to sing and sway her head side to side to an upbeat, imaginary tune. I love the hearts warm muffins and just a little bit of jelly. A tasty little treat that's just resting in my belly. With muffins like that, how could there be a reason to keep inside for just one season? A blonde-headed Pegasus listened closely to her daughter and began to sing the catchy little song, finding herself bobbing along to a similar beat only they could hear. Pegasus walked up to a cupboard that was marked, "Don't open till Hearths will ring Eve," and began to unlock it. A small little giggle escaped the mayor's lips as he began to think of her young daughter, waiting for most of the day at that cupboard for her mother to get home and open it to unleash the goods within. Okay, director's commentary. This is so me. Okay, I put a little of myself in here because this is how I feel every time my mom announces she's about to bake something. And I feel like I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. It was a special time in the Dew household. A time for baking and a time for mother-daughter bonding. "Get ready! Here they come! High-soaring muffins!" cheered Ditzy, bringing out a small green and red bag from a special covering. Dinky cheered in response, watching her as her mother laid the ingredients before her. Well, it was true that the baking of muffins was not something that was unusual in the household. These were special muffins that only come out once a year. Giggling, Ditzy began to join in. "I got the Christmas muffins that are made from scratch. I got the blueberries, so I added to the batch. When baking time is over, I pull them from the oven. The sweet and tasty treat equals hard swimming time. Lovin'." Ditzy put the eggs, milk, and eggnog in front of her young daughter and smiled softly. "Okay, Dinky, what do you want to do first?" "Well, first you put in some milk and butter," Dinky began, while her mother began to chop up some blueberries. Using her horn, she began to levitate the milk and butter and put them both in the bowl. Carefully, the little filly then added some eggnog to the mix, watching it rest there. "What else?" Ditzy asked, pushing some of the more solid ingredients into the bowl. "Oh!" gasped Dinky, looking at the 3 eggs next to the bowl. Grabbing the first one, she cracked it and put the yolk in the mix. 3 eggs. She looked at the other 2 eggs, before gazing up at her horn and squinting. "Come on, little muffin. You can do this," Ditzy cheered, a smile on her face. Dinky squinted hard at the 2 shelled items, allowing her telekinetic magic to flow through her horn and onto the laid eggs, making them glow a small violet. Breathing slowly and concentrating with all her might, she began to lift the eggs over to the bowl and crack them open. Sweat began to bead down her face as she let the yellow yolk drip down from the open shells and into the mix. Looking at her accomplishment, the little filly thrusted her hose into the air and cheered, "I did it!" "Great job, my little muffin!" Ditzy clapped happily. She was so proud of her daughter and how fast the unicorn had been growing in the use of her magic. "Mister," Dinky cheered, pressing her hoof in triumph, racing over to grab a spatula. "What do we stir it with?" Ditzy added, as she added the ginger, flour, baking soda, blueberries, and brown sugar to the bowl. Dinky began to ponder for a few moments, until Ditzy nuzzled her hair into her daughter's neck. "A little leaven for a muffin," Ditzy said, watching her daughter try to move away from the nuzzle. Dinky giggled as she began to stir the bowl. "Mom!" And as he stirred, she and Ditzy began to sing. "Me and Mama got some advice on how to bake it in the Ditzy and Dinky Doo family way. Don't hesitate and bake us some muffin. Mix it up and you got famous with muffins." Her head bobbing along with the beat of the imaginary music, Dinky opened the oven while after the mother poured the batter into the muffin pans. Then, grabbing the red and green jelly, the unicorn began to put a little dollop of each into the batter holders and then held the muffins into the ovens. You guys will never know just how long it took to find something called Christmas muffins. And the previous recipe that I just put down, yeah, that's how you make Christmas muffins. I haven't had a chance to make any of my own, but anything done with eggnog is pretty dang awesome. As the door closed, the little unicorn cuddled up to her mother and continued the song. "Christmas muffins, can't you see? Christmas muffins for you and me. Christmas muffins are hard to beat when they are so good to eat." "And now for the hard part," Ditzy said, looking into the oven. "Wait," sighed the 2 equines as they sat by the oven and watched. Though the apartment wasn't too terribly cold that day, the 2 ponies still decided it was best to just relax next to the oven as they baked the sweet goods against one another. Ditzy looked down at her little filly, calmly running a hoof through the golden mane with a soft smile on her face. Part of her began to wonder how long it was going to stay like this, until her little girl would be too busy to take the time to bake some muffins with her. She sighed and shook her head at this, knowing no matter if that were to happen, she would still bake a treat for her little girl. After all, it was a similar muffin that she got on the day of Dinky's first heartwarming. It became too distant for them to bake together like this. Though to be fair, for the first few years it was Dinky watching, and the little folk could join in and bake with her.
Mama?
Dinky asked, looking at her mother.
Yes, little muffin? Can you read me a story?
Sure thing. Ditzy smiled, running her hoof through her daughter's mane and smiling.
Once, there was this lonely little muffin who ran from home. Why was he lonely? She made a mistake that made her parents mad, so she had to hide away. It felt like she was hated by every muffin around her. So she went to a small house in a town far away where she hoped no muffin would ever bother her. All alone, she felt like she had no friends or anyone to care for her. What happened? Well, she met a little muffin that looked like her. She promised to help take care of that muffin for all her life, but still felt like her and her little muffin were all alone. That was when she met 5 special other muffins. A barn muffin who stood by her, a barbarian muffin who told her no lies, a teacher muffin that kept her smiling, a farmer muffin who gave her all, and a muffin who was a little rough around the edges. But deep down, she could see that this muffin was full of magic. Then, do you know what happened? What? The lonely little muffin.
Ditzy sighed, looking to the little girl and then to a photo of her friends.
Wasn't lonely anymore. That's a sweet story, Mama.
Dinky smiled. Okay, I'll admit, I have a thing for moments like this, where a character describes part of their life as a story and makes allusions to them. I feel like it helps establish the characters and establishes the relationships. It gives you, the reader, a chance to see how close they are, knowing all too well what that really was. Your ears pricked to the sound of a little dinky noise.
Ovens are done. Do you think we did good?
Ditzy could only smile as he pulled out the pan and set them down.
Only one way to find out.
She smiled, flipping her wings quickly. We'll taste them! As she threw a muffin to Dinky, who caught it with her horn. It was seeming to bake good from her horn impalement. She threw it into the air and took one bite of it.
Yum!
She squealed as she wiped the crumbs from her mouth. Smiled wide.
We did it!
Congratulations, little muffin. Ditzy smiled as she hugged her little girl.